Thank you for watching, and remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for your support.
Doing anything out and about. Now here's what's going on. We're really stuck in much of the same pattern. This low is really just not in any hurry to get out. We also have this high that's in control. We're just not really seeing a big change in the weather pattern, and that is resulting in the areas that have seen the rain getting rounds and rounds of rain. We really do have a very more like mid-summer, like August, maybe mid-August type air mass in place than say early June. Here's that low that we're talking about. You can kind of see the general spin around there. Now, the oranges do represent some drier air, but that's really not representative of all the moisture that's continuing to stream northward. But we are going to continue to see that pattern sticking around throughout the day, and you can kind of see the radar truth of that here. We've got all of that moisture lifting south to north across the south, and that is going to create some of those flood issues as it continues to fall over the same places. That kind of pocket of rain that you're seeing there is going to continue lifting northward, eventually crossing over that I-40 corridor as we move through the day today. So the rain still to come across central and southern Arkansas, 3 to 5 inches. And then you can see there near that I-59 corridor through southern Mississippi, 3 to 5 inches possible on what is already saturated ground. That's part of the problem that we're having. So in Nashville, you guys can expect scattered storms tomorrow into Tuesday, into Wednesday and Thursday. So you're going to have some messy weather there. You're going to have to plan around that. Let's time it out for you. So today, the early part of your day is going to be the better part of your day. If you're trying to head to brunch in Nashville, you want to get it in early. Actually, maybe skip the brunch and do the breakfast, because you can see by lunchtime we've got those showers and storms moving through. You'll notice the general trajectory south to north across that 40 corridor. It's not going to be raining constantly in Nashville, but you are going to have rounds of rain as we head through the early afternoon. So just something to kind of plan your Sunday around, and that's really going to be the story for a lot of people as we head through the week, Paul. 98 degrees forecast for Superior today. Bone dry humidity and winds that could gust up to 25 miles an hour. All a recipe for terrible firefighting conditions. Another recipe is the worsening drought. You're looking at May 17th of 2020, so a little more than a year ago. And watch what has happened across the Four Corners region, across the west, the Intermountain region as well. We have seen this area really just increase in its level of drought from extreme to exceptional. Most of Nevada, a lot of the state of California, and the western portions of the Four Corners region really looking at terrible drought conditions. And what is continuing to exacerbate it is we really didn't get the monsoonal rains this year like we were, or last year like we would typically expect. And then you'll also notice that we don't have any rain in the forecast in the next 7 days for the areas that really need it. We're talking about really low relative humidities, some gusty winds where you're seeing those red flag warnings and fire weather watches. Fire will spread really quickly today, so be careful. Paul. Talking about both the hail and the city, neither one fun to drive in. So let's talk about what's going on across northern areas today where we have that chance for some showers and storms. You can see still some rain moving across North Dakota, northwestern portions of Minnesota, getting in on that as well. We do have that isolated risk for some damaging wind gusts and hail for Duluth down through St. Cloud. Minneapolis, you're just outside of it, but that doesn't mean you guys can't get a feisty storm as we move through the day. So let's time this out for you in Grand Rapids, Duluth, International Falls. After such hot days that you're having, you're going to continue with that heat, and that is part of the problem. That's what's contributing to some of the issues that we have. Across the south, as Paul was just talking about, we've got the influx of moisture coming in, and it's steadily streaming over I-10, I-20, going to make its way up through I-40 as well. So it's going to be a soggy time on the roads today. If you're driving somewhere, do be careful. We've got that risk for some stronger storms across the panhandle of Texas, the Red River Valley of the South, down through Killeen. Here you do have a very isolated risk for a tornado, but the biggest risks are going to be those damaging wind gusts and some hail. And then, of course, across portions of Louisiana into Mississippi and Alabama, that a slight risk for an isolated storm today as well. So let's time it out for you, although I'll say what you're getting, you're just going to continue to get more of. We'll continue to have those showers and storms streaming northward as we head through the day today and into tomorrow. Paul. Well, above average from where you should be. You've seen 3.5 feet, more than 3.5 feet really, of rainfall so far this year. Baton Rouge also more than a foot above average. Austin, Texas, even a half foot above average so far this year. So you can see why we're having these problems that we're having, where the ground just cannot hold anymore. And especially in a city like New Orleans that floods pretty easily anyways. So we're kind of going to see this divider here, that I-59 corridor east there in southern Mississippi is where we could see some of the highest totals. That's going down around New Orleans. And then as you look back toward the west, we're talking about 1 to 3 inches. But again, we're talking about this on saturated ground. So that's going to cause some problems. I mentioned that we're going to time it out for you, but it's not going to really matter a whole lot because you're going to have it on and off throughout the day. And you see that here. And we're not just talking about showery activity here today at lunchtime. We're talking about some heavy rain at times. Some of these are going to be really efficient rainmakers. We've got precipitable water values, or the kind of the amount of atmospheric moisture, up around 2 inches. That is a lot of atmospheric moisture, even for a humid place like New Orleans. I checked the dew point earlier this morning. The dew point was 75.
Directly into the sun. Half past the hours, Weekend Recharge is rolling on. I'm Paul Goodlow.
Can you imagine if you didn't know what was happening? You were just like having your coffee, peeking out your window, and you see that?
Or if you knew, you'd try to play a trick on people. If you don't do what I say, I will block out the sun.
That's only you would think about that.
The evil Paul.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Is there a different one? No, I'm kidding. Thanks for sticking with us. Now, the Gulf Coast, you guys are on alert. You've been on alert. It's a problem. Rain has been soaking the region. New Orleans.
Yo-yo?
Yo-yo.
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 Today is National Yo-Yo Day.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of, well, there we go. I knew this, you know.
Yo.
Two
Yo.
times in a row is too much to ask for. But you know what? Some places have been feeling the yo-yo of the weather, that's for sure. Philly, you're one of those places. Okay, so let's take a look at this. This was the weekend before Memorial Day weekend. That's the before the unofficial start of summer.
Summer's here.
No, it's not. Boom. Unofficial start of summer. Wah, wah, wah.
And then, hey, the 3-day weekend is over. You're back to work, and guess what? Boom! It's 94
Sunny
degrees
in
today.
mid-90s.
That's a little yo-yo.
I'd be really unhappy about that.
Hey, let's take you on towards New York. Yo, yo, yo.
Really unhappy about my yo-yo
Weekend
skills,
before,
too.
it was 88 degrees. Last weekend, nobody was outside. 51 degrees and 51 rain at the beach. No one was outside. And then today, 92.
Yeah, I mean,
Yo-yo.
Who needs good weather for the 3-day weekend, right? Boston, look at this. We're talking about lower 90s, a mix of sun and clouds, not bad at all Sunday, and then it takes a yo-yo dive, not back up, but down. I got that one.
Yo.
Catch it. Down in the lower 50s, and then mid-90s today. So yeah, it's hot out there. I'm going to work on my yo-yo skills, and we're going to talk about the beach forecast.
Yo.
Let's take a look